Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will attempt to make a mosaic version of Charlie Brown. If you watch my other video, and I will put a link to it in the end of this video, you will see pictures of Charlie Brown character that I made out of popsicle sticks. I like the Charlie Brown cartoon character for some reason. Plus, he is easy to make, so why not? So here you will see me using pipe cleaners to create Charlie Brown's eyes, nose, hair, and ears. I used pipe cleaners when I made him out of popsicle sticks, and that's why I'm using him for my mosaic Charlie Brown. I'm aware that I could have used glass tiles like I used for his shirt to make his eyes, nose, hair, and ears. But I like the way the pipe cleaners look, so I decided to stick with that. So I used scissors to cut him, and I used well-bond glue that you see in the video to glue the pipe cleaners onto my substrate. I had this jar that looked like a pineapple for many years, and I decided it would be a good substrate for Charlie Brown's head. I used tape to hold down his eyes, his nose, and his mouth while I was waiting for the glue to dry. Here you will see me taping down his mouth, his nose, and his eyes. Okay, next I will begin to glue on the tesserae one tile at a time. And I will continue to glue on the glass tiles onto the glass jar. And if you can see, the glass jar has little squares already on it, and so it made it a little bit easier for me to decide where to position the tiles. This was a very fun project. I enjoy working on Charlie Brown. Here I sped up the video showing me gluing down the tiles one at a time. This process takes a little while. And at just one point, I just started gluing down the tiles. Putting the glue down first and adding the tiles, and that made the process go a little bit faster. One thing I learned with mosaics is it takes patience when doing a project. So this is the completed Charlie Brown face. I think he looks rather cute so far. So next I decided I wanted to give him some ears. So I used some pipe cleaners, again, to try and make ears for Charlie Brown. Here I'm using E6000 glue to glue on the ears. Now it was a bit of a challenge trying to keep the ears attached because it kept falling off. But eventually, the glue did dry. Later on in the video, you will see where I added some pink tesserae to his ears to help them to stay put. Next, I will begin on Charlie Brown's shirt. I'm adding one towel at a time until it is completed. Here I use yellow transparent tiles for the shirt and some black opaque tesserae for the black part of his shirt. I had to cut the tiles in half in order to make them fit. Also, I noticed I had to cut the tiles so that they're small enough so that they don't stick out and have sharp edges on them. So here I am putting down the first tile. This process also takes a little while to get through. So I had to work for a little bit and then stop every few minutes to allow the glue to dry a little bit. Since the glass is round in order to keep the tiles from falling off. Okay, so here I am, I'm continuing to add on my yellow tiles, placing them one at a time. At one point I stopped using the well bond glue and started using school glue because the smell of the well bond glue was pretty strong, but later on I found out it was best to just use the well bond glue because the school glue, one or two of the tiles fell off near the end when I went to grout Charlie Brown, and I had to re-glue the tiles back on it. Here I decided to wait to allow the glue to dry. Next, I decided that I wanted to give Charlie Brown some arms. So I used some polymer clay that you bake in the oven for 15 minutes to make the arms. So first what I did was shape the clay into the shape that I wanted it to be before I put it in the oven. So here I am just practicing on as to where I wanted the arms to go. The polymer clay is very easy to work with, very soft. I do like it. And I've used it before in a previous project. First I tried to glue the arms on using E6000 glue, and they kept falling off. So eventually I made a quick trip to Walmart down the street, and I purchased some Gorilla Glue that is supposed to be used for glass, and I was able to use the Gorilla Glue along with the E6000 glue, and with the combination of those two I was able to get the arms to stay attached to the glass. Now I baked the arms in the oven for 15 minutes before I attached them permanently to the glass or the substrate. I'm new to mosaic, so I'm still learning some of the terms we use when doing mosaics. It took a little while for me to get the arms placed correctly. I think this looks pretty good. It took a few minutes in order for me to get it right, but this is the final project of what it looked like after I finally got the arms where I wanted them. And this is before I put the arms in the oven to bake for 15 minutes, and then glued them using the E6000 glue and Gorilla Glue. Next, it's time to grout Charlie Brown. I used some sanded tan grout to grout his face and body. But after I put the grout on, I decided I liked what he looked like better before I used the grout, but it was too late then. And I know I should have been using a sponge to clean the grout out. I made a few mistakes when doing this mosaic because I didn't allow the grout to dry completely. Before, or for a few minutes before trying to wipe off the excess grout. So it became very mud-like. Also, a couple of the tiles where I used the school glue popped off while trying to clean the grout off of his space. So I had to reattach those tiles using the Titebond glue. So here I am giving him a good cleaning. I was concerned of how the grout would look on the pipe cleaners, but once everything dried up, it cleaned up pretty well. And here I am giving him a little wipe down. I didn't necessarily like the tan grout. I felt it made it look like Charlie Brown had went outside and threw some sand in his face. It was not necessarily the best thing. Next time I'll probably follow my instincts and not grout if I think the project looks well without the grout. I also gave Charlie Brown a little piece of hair at the top that you can see using a pipe cleaner. Next, clean the grout off of his shirt. At this point, the arms were not completely attached to the body, so I used some clear tape to try to keep the arms attached while the glue was drying. But it was a very frustrating process. One lesson I learned is just do one step at a time. Like grout Charlie Brown before and complete that process before attempting to put on the arms. And this is the completed Charlie Brown. I think he turned out pretty well. I think he looks very cute. There he is in the window. The light, when the sunshine hits him, the tiles, the tesserae looks really pretty and shiny. There he is again. And also, since the yellow tiles are transparent, I was able to put a little night light inside of him so that he could light up. And so there he is in this new light. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Please like the video and also hit the little bell button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.